Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Keto Mom page. My name is Stephanie, and we are actually going to dive into the morning mindset. Morning mindset. I was trying to figure out if that's what I call it right now, and we're going to move along quite quickly because I have a dentist appointment that I actually forgot that I had. So it'll be great. But as you're tuning in, good morning, and I just want you to know something. It is going to be a great day. Why? Because I say so, not because of me, but I'm believing so. So I want you to know, in the mornings, the morning lives, I'm here to help you have somewhat of a positive outlook on your life, on your day, right? I want you to come in, I want you to listen and then be done and go, it's going to be a great day. Or, yes, I can do this. Or, you know what? I do need to make a shift. My hope is to help make you aware, help you to think and to grow. That's the point of mornings and going through a book. All right, so we have been going through chapter 6, and yesterday we just talked about the power of, what do we talk about? Oh, environment, the law of environment. Now, I'm going to go through the steps that he talks about pretty quickly. And just so you know, this book is great. If you don't have it, and if you want to grab it, this is the book. Take a screenshot. Otherwise, just tune in here in the mornings. But he talks about, in the beginning, he just says the power of environment. It is super important who you are around to assess your environment, where you spend your time, who is speaking into your life. All of those things actually play a pretty big role on the goals, either your goals and your dreams and your visions, whether you'll hit it or not. My refrigerator is never that loud. Did you hear it? Weird. So number one is, I need you to assess your current environment. He says, you don't just change because you want to, but you need to make an assessment. Am I in a growing environment? Am I enjoying where I'm at? Is it helping or hurting, right? And so he tells a ton of stories. I'm obviously not going to read those for you right now, but he says this. You may be able to intuitively sense if you are in a healthy environment or not, or in an environment that's going to help you grow. If you don't know the power of mentors and just understanding, like finding somebody who has what you want, who's already done what you want to do, and then asking them for insight and their wisdom. And so an environment could be your work environment, your home environment. It could be places that you hang out, right? And really all of this is just going, where do you spend your time? It could be your couch, right? And so he says this, the main idea is to know yourself and to assess whether you're getting what you need in your current environment. So assess, are you getting what you need? If not, you're going to have to make a shift. Number two is changing yourself and your environment. He says, if you know that you need to make a major change in your environment, then there's something that you must keep in mind. You must also determine to change yourself. If you don't, it's not going to matter. He said this, changing yourself, but not your environment, growth will be super slow and difficult. If you change your environment, but not yourself, growth will be slow and difficult. But if you change your environment and yourself, growth will be faster and more successful. By putting both together at the same time, you increase your accuracy and your chances for success. And so today is really just about awareness. Are you growing? Are you not growing? Who do you surround yourself with? He says, as you consider changing yourself and your environment, think about the elements that the right kind of growth environment provides. The right soil to grow in, it nourishes you, therefore you're going to grow. The right air to breathe in it's what keeps you alive, that is your purpose. And if you have the right climate, that is what sustains you, and those are the people. He's really talking about you need certain soil to grow in, certain environments. You need certain people to be around to help you grow, and you need a purpose, right? Your why. We've talked about your why on here. They say that if you put a pumpkin in a jug, when it's the size of a walnut, it will only grow to be the size of the jug and never get any bigger. That can happen to a person's thinking. Don't allow that to happen to you. when you're stuck in a certain environment or you've got certain people around you that say you can't, you won't, you'll never, or an environment that doesn't help you grow, you might have grown out of that environment. It might be a job, it might be a school, it might be lots of different things. So he says, change who you spend your time with. This is huge, 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 huge. We've actually had to do this with one of our daughters recently. The people with whom you habitually associate yourself with are called your reference group. And these people determine as much of 95% of the success or failure in your life. That's pretty big. So in the header of this, in the title of this video, my question today was, do you agree with this statement? You are, or you become, like the 5 people that you are around, or you are like the people that you associate yourself with. Do you agree with that or not? Do you feel like if you look at all the people that you surround yourself with, are you more like them? Is your little group, is your family or your group, are those people, might be coworkers, are you all similar? And if so, if you don't want to be like that, it doesn't mean you defriend people. It doesn't mean you disown your family. It means you go find mentors or other people to hang out with that will help you grow. That's it. He says, walk with the wise and become wise, for a companion of fools suffers harm. You are the same today that you're going to be in 5 years from now, except for 2 things. This is super good. I'm going to read it slower. You are the same today that you are going to be in 5 years from now, except for 2 things. The people whom you associate with and the books that you read. Jim Rohn said this, and Jim Rohn, is it Rohn? R-O-H-N, Rohn asserted that we become like the combination average of the 5 people we hang around with. And would you say we could tell you the qualities of your health, your attitude, and income by looking at the people that you surround yourself with? He believes that we start to eat the way that we eat, talk the way that we talk, read the things that we read, and think the way we think, all because of who is in our environment and who we hang around. So really, the rest of this chapter is an awareness. Who are you around? What is your environment like? Is it going to help you grow? It's not always comfortable to remove yourself from certain things or certain people or to change environments, but it's always profitable to associate with people that are larger than you. Keep good company with men that will help you grow. It says, what kinds of larger people should we spend our time with? This is good. People with integrity, people who are positive, people who are ahead of you in your profession, people who will lift you up instead of knock you down, people who will take the high road and never the low road, and above all, people who are growing. You can tell people that are growing by the words they speak. You can tell by their outlook on life. You can even tell by where they're at. My daughter and I were just saying that. We said, man, we would love to have a local mentor. So I was talking to our teens and I was like, who would you love to be mentored by? Who do you need to talk to that you want to be around? Who do you know that you're like, oh my goodness, I would love to know how she did this, or she's so positive, I'd love to be around her more often. I say her because I have 4 daughters. And even for myself, excuse me. I told my girls this. Goodness. Okay, I'm done. Hands down, your words are powerful. Your environment is powerful. The things that you listen to, your mindset. I sent out a text message earlier this morning. If you're not on my text message thread, if you text me too, if you text it's 507-204-9866. So it's 507-204-9866. If you text inspiration, I sent out a message this morning. I've talked about it here before, and it's the basic saying. Joseph McClendon III said this. He says, as you think, so you feel. As you feel, so you do. As you do, so you have. Your thoughts are powerful, and you're going to be thinking a certain way depending on who you are around, the places that you go, the things that you watched, All of those play a part, and the people that you're around are very, very important. And so basically the rest of the chapter just talks about changing yourself in a new environment. You're going to have courage. He says, one of the first ways that I challenged myself was by making my goals public. So he said, not only do you need to change your environment and the people that you're around, but it's super important to make your goals public so it helps hold you accountable. Let's talk about what you're going after. And it might help you find those people that are like you, or that are longing to grow more in their personal growth. When you share online, you're going to draw certain people that want to be around you. You are going to be the leader. Or they're going, hey, I'm going in the same direction. Let's do it together. And lastly, it's focus on moments. The change that we want to make in our lives comes only in the present. What we do now controls who we become and where we are going in the future. Today is when everything is going to happen. From now on, it begins. So you're not focusing on the past. We're focusing on right now. And your mindset and the moments every single day are super, super important. So, all right, there's so many things I'd love to say. Do not wait for a change in environment before you act. Cause a change of environment through your actions. And so the last thing was, not everybody can move. Not everybody can get a new job right away. Growth always comes from taking action. So if you're like, but I'm stuck here, don't get discouraged. That's where your mindset comes in. He's like, if you can't physically move or you don't have anybody around you right now, then you're going to read books, you're going to listen to podcasts, you're going to go, yep, I am looking for other people to help me grow. I am looking for a new environment, but until you get there, it's all in your mindset and it's in the words that you speak and your outlook on life, right? Whatever course you decide upon, there is always someone to tell you that you are in the wrong. So then he also says this. He says, growth always comes from taking action, and taking action almost always brings criticism. He says, to reach your potential, you must do not only what others believe that you can't do, but what you even believe that you can't do. Most people underestimate themselves. They shoot for what they know they can reach instead of reaching beyond their grasp. If you don't try to create your future that you want, you must endure the future that you get. I like that. If you don't try to create the future that you want, you are going to have to endure the future that you get, the future that the world gives to you or other people around you. And so lastly, he says, someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. Those words hurt, but they didn't make, he says the words, so he tells his story about his life and the things that people spoke over him. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality. He said the words that were spoken over him hurt, and they did not make him question his decision. So he shares things in his life that he decided to step away from in order to grow and become a better person. They were hard decisions, but they were much needed. And so people questioned him, said that was a wrong decision. But when you take charge of your life, there is no longer a need to ask for permission of other people or society at large. When you ask permission, you give somebody else a veto power over your life. Before making a major change, seek wise counsel if you can, and then make the best decisions possible. You are ultimately accountable for the choices you make in your life. You are accountable, nobody else. If you ask other people for permission and they veto it, it's almost like you're letting them decide what you're going to do. It's important to seek wise counsel, right? Super important. But also knowing that when you make a decision, you're doing what's best for you. Even if other people say that you can't or you won't or you'll never, yes, you will. So, all right, that is chapter 6. Your environment and the people you surround yourself with is super important. Lastly, never forget the law of environment. Growth thrives in conducive surroundings. If you are in a positive growth environment, be grateful. Thank the people who helped create it, and reward them for striving and helping you reach your full potential. If you are not, do what you must do to change your environment and yourself. And if you are a leader, do everything in your power to grow yourself and create a right environment in which others can grow in. It will be the best investment that you ever make as a leader or in yourself. And you are a leader, no matter what. Everybody's a leader because the first person you lead is yourself. If you have a family, You are the leader of your family. So do everything that you can to create a growth environment so that your children can grow with you, or your spouse, right? Your family, super important. So tomorrow we'll go through the law of design to maximize growth and develop strategies. If you don't design your own life plan, chances are that you will fall into somebody else's plan. And guess what? What will they have planned for you? Not much. Super, super good. This book is great. My husband's listening to the Audible. So I loved listening to Audibles. I actually love to have the book as well. So whether you listen to it or just tune in here every single morning, I hope that you took something away from it and that it helps you grow as a person. That is the point. So have a wonderful day. I get to go to the dentist. That's what I'm telling myself. It's going to be great. As always, reach out with any questions that you have. Continue to tune into the page for different keto tips and tricks and ideas to help you grow on your journey of being better. So you can always send me a message. Have a wonderful morning, and we'll talk to you soon.